How you doing, guys? It is the Get Loud Podcast with Jenks and Smoot, presented by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. We upgraded.
Hey, listen, that's what happens when people start to tune into it. They actually listening to us, Jenks.
Ooh, got the big billboard behind us.
And then it's the holidays. You know, the holidays bring people together. So maybe people didn't have to work, and they said, you know what? Let's check out Jenks and Smoot on Get Loud.
Well, you mentioned the holidays. I saw you about a half hour ago when you came in. You had a big smile on your face. So what did you do for the holidays?
Kids. Enjoyed my kids.
Yeah.
I cooked dinner. And the one thing about the Smoot household, we are very competitive, even to my little kids. So Uno is the game of choice.
Oh, you play Uno. That's old school.
But also, as they lose, it's always something on the line. Like I tell my kids, when you lose in life, it's always something you're going to have to give up. So push-ups in my household are big things.
Making your kids do push-ups?
Boys, girls, does not matter. And then we usually have the game of the day. Like we all like to play basketball.
Okay.
So I pick my daughters on my team, my sons will get on the other team, and we'll go at it. Whoever loses, that one got to run 3 miles. So we have a lot of competition, and Daddy never loses.
Oh.
No, Daddy never loses. That's the way it is. Like I figure I got a window like 7 more years where I can be truly dominant before I'm taken down by one of the older kids. But I think I got a 7-year window still left I can dominate, Jenks. What about you? What you do?
Oh, man, I just chill with the girl. We had 4 days off together. Our schedules, always all over the place. So the first night we went out, took a friend of ours out because she was kind of lonely. Her family's not here. Wanted to take her out, make sure she had a good time. And the next 3 days, all we did was chill, watch movies, eat, open gifts. It was great.
Well, I did go to the movies. That's one thing we do on Christmas. Smoot family, we always go watch a movie.
Okay.
I went to see the Aquaman. Aquaman 2.
How was it?
It was actually better. Listen, better than I thought it was going to be because it's the last movie in the DCU.
Oh, yeah.
It's over with.
Yep.
All right, so I watched it. I thought it was visually stunning. It was great. I thought the storyline was good. His brother Orm, the Ocean Master, was great in it. It was good. Black Manta, they boosted him up, powered him up.
Yep.
I thought it was a good movie. But it did signify the end of the DCU. But I'm very excited to see what James Gunn is going to do with DC now.
Okay, you talking about powering up?
Yeah.
Commander's trying to power up this offense. There's your transition right there.
There it is.
And Ron Rivera made the announcement, the head coach, not too long ago. Jacoby Brissett will be the starter at quarterback this weekend against the Niners instead of Sam Howell. Do you like this call?
You know what? I had to bring this up because when I remember when Jacoby first got drafted, and I said his name the first time, I didn't say Brissett. I said Jacoby Brisket. and I never forgot it. So anytime I see his name now, the first thing that hit my mind
is brisket.
Yeah.
Unless you love food, it makes sense.
I do love food. But I one of those things, all right, if you're trying to save Sam's soul,
okay.
If you're trying to save Sam for next year and protect him from himself, because a part of me feels like he's hit that rookie wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because even the zip on his ball is not even there. Maybe it's the 60 sacks he's taking. His body is starting to wear down.
Yeah.
So I do understand it in a way. But it also makes me wonder, what's the end game of it?
Yeah.
Is you only protecting him from himself? And I can say this about Jacoby, and I said this all year. He's the 33rd starting quarterback in the league. He's the best backup in football.
Yeah.
He's been a starter in my eyes. I just think the last 2 games with him coming in, not even playing really a full 3 quarters.
And you've seen the infusion that that energy that he puts into the offense.
It's not the energy. It's the veteran. He's a vet.
Yeah.
And when a vet gets in the game, he plays like a vet. All right. So I think he shows you a little bit more in depth of what the Eric Bieniemy offense looks like.
Right.
All right. When the perfect reads are made. Or when you're throwing it to the right person, or you're getting the ball out of your hand quick. I think he makes it go easier because he's just been through way more than Sam has been through. And I think they really doing this with Jacoby right now to save Sam Howell from himself.
So let me dive into this a little bit. When you say a vet, obviously that means experience.
Veteran,
but specifically when you're talking about what he does differently than Sam, what do you see?
Reads are cleaner, easier, knows where to go with the ball, anticipate. The one thing Sam needs to understand is everybody you throw the ball to is not going to be open. You have to throw them open. Jacoby knows how to throw people open. It's just the nuance of the position. Like, the one thing we always see from young quarterbacks is They think the harder I throw, the more they should catch the ball. That ain't the thing about it. You got to know when to put touch. You got to know when to throw people open. You got to know when to throw to the pylon. You got to know when to throw the ball away. So these are the small things that Jacoby don't have to second guess about. After being in the league long as he is, it's no defense we can show Jacoby that he hasn't saw.
Yeah.
All right, so now I think it's going to be harder for them to game plan for Jacoby. Because it's all right. Now we're going to have to play everything kind of fair. We can't cheat with this guy. We're saying we can kind of cheat, show him something, and give him something else. With Jacoby, you can't do that. You can't do all the dressing things up and think he's going to fool him. It will not fool him.
And when you think about Eric Bieniemy, you would think, based on his experience, he'll be able to do more with that offense when you have a veteran.
He won't hold anything back.
Right.
He would do it. He would be able to call things at a riskier pace. He would also, don't forget, Jacoby Brissett is one of the best sneak quarterbacks in the league. So your 3rd and 1, now you have a go-to play. It ain't the tush push, but you know what I'm saying? But you have a quarterback that can get that done. So Jacoby brings different challenges for the defense on the other side. Now, the defense he's going to be going against is the 49ers defense, which is no slouch in their own route. So I think it's going to be a challenge, and I think maybe that's another reason why they started Jacoby. You know, you next 2 defenses are the 49ers and the Cowboys. Why not let the veteran take that over?
I want to go back to Sam for a second because when you talk about him needing a break, certainly physically he needs a break. He's taken a beating.
I feel like he's hit the Ricky wall.
Yeah, but mentally, how much can that help you when, all right, I'm beat down, but I'm still learning the game. Yeah. I just need a breath.
Yeah.
You know, I need a break to sort of reset and then continue.
Well, you know what? Usually, I can say this. Usually, you don't get that.
Yeah.
Usually, when they bench you, it's forever benching. But I think this one is, let's protect him from himself because we haven't done a good job of that from the beginning of the year. Yes, he might hit that rookie wall because I don't see the spry step he used to have. I don't see the zip on the ball. But see, he's mentally beat up. He's physically beat up. Like it's everything all together. And people don't know how long a football season is. A football season is long. And don't forget Sam played.
And they added a game too, by the way.
They added a game, plus Sam played every preseason game.
Yeah.
So to him, his body, this is almost the 20th game of the year. All right, so I understand why they're doing it. I just don't think people need to look and say Jacoby Brissett is our future. I don't think that's where it's going.
No, I don't think so. This is more, and Ron said, I'm just trying to protect the young man and give him a reset here. So we don't want to harp on the Jets. That was a heartbreaking loss. But if you're looking for some sort of positive, the fact that this team rallied after such an awful first half shows that they've got some fight to them.
I don't believe in moral victories.
I know.
But I like the fight in the team.
They didn't quit.
I like the fight in the dog. I like the fact that when they was pinned down, they just kept on chopping wood. And that's what I respect about the team because I've been in the locker room. We had nothing to play for. Yeah. And I tell you what we do play for, the name on front of the jersey and the name on the back of. Because the end of the day, as a football player, you're an independent contractor. Right? Don't ever get it twisted.
Yep.
So if you put bad film out there, you'll probably be the last bad film you put out there. So I didn't expect them to give up, but we're talking about the New York Jets. We're talking about Trevor Siemian.
I know.
We're talking about fireman. What's the fireman name up there?
I don't know. What's that dude? Fireman Fred?
Fireman Willie? I don't know. It just was a bad day, and I got to say this. Not saying it because my team was slipping and falling, because I watched the game with the Giants in Philadelphia. They have to do something with that MetLife field.
Well, you know the NFLPA has already come out and said, listen, we got to switch this up. This turf is bad.
This turf is bad. We had, receivers fall on 11 consecutive plays. All right? This is no joke. Like, you have to change that surface. It's proven that that surface needs to be changed. And what are you changing it to? Like, you're going to have to go with real turf. You can't. Artificial turf does not work when it get cold. Do you not see that?
Right.
When it get cold, it gets slick. When it gets slick, it gets slippery. And when it get cold, it get hard. All right, so at the end of the day, let's play with the grass Jesus gave us. Like, how about that? How about we not try to reinvent the wheel and we play with real grass?
You know, I love the NFL, never cops to this.
Yeah.
Remember during the Super Bowl last year? The Eagles were slipping all over the place.
Yeah.
The Chiefs were slipping all over the place.
Yeah.
And one turf expert was like, this is one of the worst fields I've ever seen. What did the NFL say? Nah, change your cleats.
What you
change your cleats.
Put them 7 studs in there. Don't you do? You need 7 more inches of studs in there. Like at the end of the day, the surface should be the last thing we have to worry about.
Yeah.
And that New York has always been bad. Like, it ain't never been good.
Well, and before we transition here, I do want to say one guy that deserves some credit, Chris Rodriguez. Because remember when we talked about him in the preseason, we were covering those games, and we watched him make the team in the preseason. So for him to go out and have a performance like that, I think was pretty rewarding.
Well, and he runs so violently. He runs with violent intentions. He one of them guys gets to you with nasty intentions and he explodes. Like, I love that. He runs like Pacheco from Kansas City. Like, you can angry. You can feel every step. It's like the grass is cussing. Why are you running so hard? Like, it's one of them things. Like, listen, I enjoy watching violent running backs. And this kid is showing them. I really want to see him in the pass game, though, because I know what he can do running the ball. I know what he can do blocking, pass blocking. He's one of the best blockers on his team, running back wise. I want to see what he can do catching the ball, Jenks.
Let's pay some bills.
Pay them bills.
Pay the bills. Let's start with Honda. We love Honda.
All right, why not?
Please feel the power of the CR-V Hybrid and Accord Hybrid, Honda's most electrifying vehicles yet. Find adventure in one of Honda's rugged SUVs and trucks, like the Pilot Trail Sport, Honda's most rugged SUV ever. Or ever. Or experience the thrilling performance of the fun-to-drive Honda Civic with an available turbocharged engine. Get power, performance, ruggedness with Honda. Find the Honda perfect for you. See your local Honda dealer today. And our guys at RTS, Recycle Track Systems, transforming the way commercial businesses and communities manage waste and recycling. They combine the power of AI with premium customer service to optimize waste pickup schedules, ensuring timely and efficient collections to keep our neighborhoods cleaner and greener.
And you got to realize, Jenks, this is the most recycled month of the year.
Oh, is it?
Because of Christmas.
Oh, I guess that's
a lot
true.
Of cardboard. Old Christmas trees,
wrapping paper,
a lot of stuff. This is the month. If you really want to get your recycle on, get your recycle on.
That's a new month. Get your recycle on.
Get your recycle on, baby.
Visit RTS.com to learn how they can help your business manage waste more responsibly. How about we go around the NFL?
Let's do it.
So the Baltimore Ravens,
Lamar.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, the law firm of Lamar is one of the best. Like, listen to me. I watched him grow up in front of my eyes. Now he's basically the perfect quarterback.
Yeah.
I can beat you with my feet. I'd rather beat you with my arm. Now he's running to pass the ball. Now he understands, all right, I'm just really going to run when I have to. So now they start to play me even.
He's evolving.
Yes, he's evolved into this butterfly. It's just so funny what $250 million to do.
You know what's funny, though? Before he signed that contract, remember people saying he's overrated, he's always injured. I'm like, this is a former MVP. Like, don't sleep on Lamar Jackson.
And here go the thing about it, though. And this was hurt so bad, Jenks. It hurts. I'm about to cry.
Okay.
We all had a chance to try to sign him.
That's true.
How do you feel if you're a Colt right now? How do you feel if you're a Falcon? How do you feel if you're a Commander? All I'm saying is we had a chance to dance. And everybody act like, no, I want to step back. That's too rich for my blood. Listen, to pay a franchise quarterback in this league is a privilege. It ain't many. 8 billion people on this blue planet. We ain't found 32 that can play quarterback yet, all in the same year. So I'm with the law firm of Lamar. When it comes to who I think for the MVP, I think Purdy pushed himself out.
Yep.
And everybody been waiting on Purdy.
I was just going to say, they've been waiting for a game like that.
They've been waiting for this, and he gave it to him. I think he's a baller.
I do,
By
too.
the way, people just – this is the thing I hate about football. People think because of where you was drafted, that's who you are.
For sure.
Being drafted, period, is a privilege.
If he had been a first-round pick, nobody would be saying this.
No, if he had been a first-round pick, they would have gave him the MVP 3 months ago. All right, so at the end of the day, Purdy good. Christian McCaffrey. I think he's a guy that can get in there. Tyreek Hill. You know it's a quarterback's trophy. We know that. But I think if Lamar struggles in the next 2 weeks and somebody like Tyreek gets close to that 2,000, how could you not give him the MVP, Jenks?
Because you know what? They never give MVPs to receivers. They just don't do it.
They give everything else to him.
I agree. He could win Offensive Player of the Year, but the MVP, I hate to say it, it is, and I don't agree with this, but it's always a quarterback award.
And that's what it is. And that's why we think it's unfair.
Yes.
It's unfair.
Because what are you supposed to do? Like the year, I always say, Cooper Kupp, a couple years ago, led the league.
Crown.
Won the triple crown of receiving. If you can't give the MVP to a guy that does that, what else can you do?
Well, I thought this was one of those years where a quarterback didn't clearly stand out. Because 2 weeks ago, it was Dak Prescott. Then it was Brock Purdy. And then it was like, so they just rotates who got the best record, who the quarterback of that team. That's who we're going to get a trophy to. That's bad math.
Yeah.
That math ain't mathing. The last non-quarterback to win the MVP was Adrian Peterson.
And how long ago was that?
100 years. 100 years.
A century ago.
So what I feel is, how biased can you be?
Right.
At what point do you say, no, let's open this thing up and let's be fair? I think Tyreek Hill should be up it because if you watch that Dolphin team, they're a different team with him and without him. And I think he's the most dangerous weapon in football. Listen, when we played them, I had a nightmare the night before like I was playing. I was not playing against the guy. That's how scary Tyreek Hill is. He is a scary cover. He can't be covered with one guy.
You know what's crazy to me? Remember before the season, he said that last year he didn't really know the playbook.
Yeah.
He was just running to an open spot, getting the ball and going. And I thought, oh, now you know the playbook? Yeah. And sure enough, man, I mean, he was already incredible last year, and he's just gone next level.
Well, he's just one of them guys. Like I just said, you have to have two people to account for him.
Yeah.
The last time it was a guy like that was Randy Moss. When I say just truly a matchup nightmare and a problem, like nobody went into a Randy Moss game and said, you know what, you get him by yourself. Right. Nobody does that. Nobody does that with Tyreek. No. We did a couple times, and we paid the piper.
Yeah.
Right? So it's one of them things where, are you going to be honest, or is this publicity?
Yeah.
Because the quarterbacks are the politicians of each team, and they are the head of each team. So it's easy to find the best team with the best record and give it to the quarterback. But I think a guy like Lamar deserves it.
What's going on with the Chiefs? Because look, any Patrick Mahomes-led team is always going to be a threat.
Yeah.
But I just don't think they're the Chiefs of old, and you can sense that frustration with Patrick himself.
Patrick, I don't know really what happened, Doc. Like, this is what it is. I think the roster is finally catching up to them. They don't have any receivers.
No, they don't.
Rice is the only one that's actually, and Andy Reid has been very good at this. He can take average receivers and make them great. I don't think they got anybody because now they're seeing if we double Travis Kelce, take him out the game.
You can lock him down.
Who else they got is a threat? Nobody's a threat. Losing Tyreek Hill, then they won the Super Bowl, but then they had Juju Smith-Schuster. They had some guys that could fill in. Now, Valdez Scantling not making any plays.
Yeah.
Rice is making plays. Tony is. Listen, Kadarius Toney, I have never seen a receiver go through a year like he's having, where – they talk about you every week, but it's only about the bad stuff you do. Like, never about the good stuff you do. And I also think defensively they've taken a step back.
Yeah.
So I think they're back to the pack, if you know what I mean. They're back to the pack right now, and we knew this was going to happen. Since Mahomes been starting, they've been to every AFC championship.
Right.
At one point, they were going to have to fold. They are folding this year because it's just that time for them to fold, and it's time for a team like the Ravens to step in and try to fill that void.
And see, I think this is a good point because this is when it's just like Brock Purdy has to break the narrative of being Mr. Irrelevant. The Chiefs have to break the narrative of being the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And for the first, and people don't want to believe it. No, it's still the Chiefs.
No, they
still the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Still the Chiefs. Are they?
It's like the Golden State Warriors.
Exactly.
It's just like that.
Same thing.
That's Golden State. I can't believe they stink. Yeah. That what age you do.
Yes.
That what happened, because people don't remember, it was a time where nobody watched Golden State basketball. You remember that?
Golden State was terrible when I was growing up. They were awful.
My homeboy was drafted from my hometown. That was the only reason I watched Monte Ellis.
Okay,
drafted second round by then, first round by then. And I used to watch Monte and Steph. And that's how I got to watch Golden State ball. Nobody was watching Golden State.
No doubt.
They was very much the Sacramento Kings, which the Kings are good now, but they was basically the Detroit Pistons of the league. So at the end of the day, we've seen dynasties go through this, but I don't think it's over for the Kansas City dynasties. I think they need a youth infusion, some young players, and they need some talent at the wide receiver position. As Travis Kelce gets older, they're going to have to find somebody to replace the big plays.
I totally agree. And you know a team has a ton of success when people just jump on the bandwagon. Like a few years ago, I got a text from my dad. He's like, Steph's always been my guy. I'm like, you live in Texas. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Been your guy. It's just like New England, the Eva Empire.
Yes.
I found Patriots fans everywhere. Oh, I was like, dude, 10 years ago, y'all ain't know the Patriots had a team. Right. But now, all of a sudden, I've been a loyal Patriots fan since Bill first came. I believed from the door. So, hey, when good things are happening to you, people jump on that bandwagon. It's always free seats on the bandwagon.
Always. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to talk some college football, but it's that time.
I like college football, man.
We're going to do it.
Yeah.
But we got to pay some bills.
Hey, listen, the only way for I can eat and feed these kids of mine is for me to pay some bills. Get Loud Podcast is brought to you by Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with Bet365 app. Craft your own personalized bet slip with Parlay. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bets before the match or during the game. It's up to you. Download the Bet365 app today. Join 80 million members worldwide. Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. NWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life don't escape us. We dream of a place anywhere in the world, and in the blink of an eye, we're there. That's the wonder of flight. All you have to do is decide is where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop. Bills paid.
Nailed it. You watched a lot of bowl games?
Yes, I do. But listen, I have to say this, Jenks. The bowl games are getting crazy. The mayonnaise bowl.
Duke's Mayo.
The Pop-Tart bowl. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is getting outrageous. Soon we'll have the Campbell Soup bowl and the toilet bowl. All I'm saying is this. It's getting out of hand with these names, man.
Have you seen the Pop-Tarts bowl trophy?
With the Pop-Tarts on it.
Yes. They've got the 2 slots in the football at the top of the trophy where you can put in the Pop-Tarts, and everyone was like, can you heat those bad boys up? Is there a heater in that football?
It has to be a heater in that football.
They need to put one in.
But
it's too much?
I remember when bowl games were respectable.
See, I can't wait to ask you about this. Go ahead.
No, ask me.
I was just going to say, because you've been around for a while like me. I'm much older. But these bowl sponsors have gotten crazier and crazier. So my question is, look, if you want the ring, right?
Yeah.
You want a bowl ring.
Yeah.
Like, I won the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
I won the Rose Bowl.
Fiesta. Peach.
Pop-Tarts Bowl.
I don't want that.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I played in the Peach Bowl.
Oh, that's a great one.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the gifts they gave us.
Yeah.
Atlanta, sponsored by Chick-fil-A. People think you just get bags of Chick-fil-A. No, you don't. You get all kinds of stuff. Respect the bowl. But if Fred Smoot played in the Pop-Tart Bowl, it ain't nothing I can take from this.
Right.
Like, what can I take from this? I can take nothing. The Duke's mayonnaise bowl, that's why I played it. So now I got a year's supply of Duke's mayonnaise.
You should say it like that every time. Duke's Mayo.
Duke's. Come on, man. Like, at what point do you just step away and say, you know what? We need to get different sponsors.
Yes.
We need to get real sponsors. All right. I could think, give Hard Knocks a bowl game. The Hard Knocks Bowl. Like,
yeah.
Do something. How about the NFL sponsor a bowl game? Like, you could do something, but I think it's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
With the sponsors. I know how to do it. It's all about that green, that cheddar cheese, them dead president. I understand. But if you want that bowl game to be respected, you have to make it respectable. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they're doing it because I'm not wearing a Duke's mayonnaise bowl ring. I'm not wearing a Pop-Tart ring. I'm not wearing any of that.
Plus, if you're a player, I guess it depends on the program and where you're going, but I would imagine if you're a premier school, you have a hard time getting motivated by saying, like, hey, we're playing in the Quick Lane Bowl.
No, I'm not. I'm not playing in the gospel singing bowl. I'm not. I just, like I said, I understand. It's all about the money.
Yes.
I just think they need to get a hierarchy going. But I can't wait to see these college playoffs. SEC, we only got one team in for the first time in 15 years. Mm-hmm. I think that Alabama-Michigan game going to be better than people think.
You like Bama? I feel like everybody likes Bama.
Well, I'm an SEC guy, so I'm kind of forced to cheer for the only SEC team.
Yeah.
But I like that Michigan team. And this is why I like that Michigan team. They not great at nothing. They good at everything.
Right.
They could throw the ball good. They could run the ball good. They could play good defense. They got good offensive linemen. They got good defensive linemen, good special team. Listen, that's going to be a hard game. And your Texas Longhorns,
let's go.
Going to hook them right quick.
We're going to get it. Let's get it. Woo, I'll be there, baby.
I hate that hook. All right, by the way, I think Texas got a chance today.
We got a chance. You know, we used to tell people we get a first down and go, I think we got it by that much. That much. Barely got it.
I hate it. That's why I loved it when Oklahoma came when Baker was there and they threw them things down. Then y'all gonna go tell the NCAA. That's when I knew y'all was soft.
Hey, we didn't do that. You know what? That's all Twitter. Oklahoma's been doing that for 60 years. Nobody said anything. We don't care. Then Twitter comes along. They're like, Texas doesn't like horns down. This has been going on forever.
Yeah, y'all went, Mama, they done threw the hand to hook them down. I'm like, come on, Texas, show some girth right there. So be a man.
I'm going to be there. You know that.
I know.
I'm going to this
Going to New
Bowl.
Orleans, right?
Oh, be there this
Bourbon
weekend.
Street?
Bourbon Street.
Ooh.
And the good thing is, I got the girl excited because I've been dragging her to every Texas game.
Yeah,
and she's a good sport. She's like, just put some wings in front of me. I'm good to go. I'm like, I can do that. But now we're going to do Bourbon Street. We're going on a ghost tour.
First of all, that's my favorite stinking street in the world. It stinks. Bourbon stinks, but I love it. It stinks of just people. I love it. It's the best.
I haven't been there in a minute, but it does stink. It does. It's
so
a good stink. It's a good stink.
That's what I'm talking about. So I know you're going to enjoy that one, but what happens if y'all lose? Are you going to be
You know what? I will be disappointed, but I looked at it this way. All I wanted was, let's have a great season. Let's win the conference championship. We're good enough to do it this year.
This the last time y'all in there?
It's been 13, 14 years. So I'll be disappointed, but I'll look back and be like, hey, we won the conference title. We played in the Sugar Bowl. That's a pretty damn good season.
But you're about to enter the SEC.
I'm ready.
You're about to enter the abyss.
I know.
You're about to enter 7-5.
Oh, no. We ready.
7-5.
We're ready.
7-5. Now, only reason y'all might be ready for the SEC, the 3 letters, NIL.
Oh, yeah, baby.
NIL. That's the only reason Texas has a chance to start quick, because I looked at y'all's schedule for next year.
It's
gruesome.
It's gruesome.
It's gruesome. So
it's hard. What? It's hard.
Arch Manning might be your starting quarterback next year.
He might.
Yeah, you know. So, hey, I'm willing to see this playoffs play out, but if I had to pick who's in the national championship right now, my SEC brethren going to hate me for this. Michigan versus Texas.
Oh, I would love it.
Classic. That's what I see. 2 blue bloods.
Yeah.
Michigan is the North versus the South. All right? So I would love to see Texas, Michigan.
Oh, I would too. And one thing I will say about Michigan, you make a very good point with them, is that what I like about Michigan, and say what you want about Harbaugh, the whole cheating thing, but they just line up and they say, you know what we're going to do?
You against
us, and we're going to run the football?
Yeah.
Good luck.
And
that's old school.
And J.J. McCarthy, when they want to pass,
he can do it.
He can move the ball. They got wide receivers. I look at him as a dangerous threat to Alabama, because the one thing about Alabama, the quarterback situation is you don't know, is he going to show up that day?
Yeah.
He don't show up all the time.
Yep.
I just feel like if J.J. McCarthy don't show up, Michigan still has a chance. So I think they still can figure out a way to win, and that's why I think I'd choose Michigan. If I'm a bad man, I would choose Michigan.
Before we preview Commanders-Niners, I got to ask you about this.
Yep, ask me.
Did you hear what Simone Biles' husband said?
Oh, yeah.
So he was saying, he was on a podcast, and he was asked about Simone, and he said, well, I didn't really know who she was. I saw she had a lot of followers on Instagram. And if you ask me, I'm the catch.
Yeah.
And so people lost their mind, say, how could you say that? It's Simone Biles. So when you heard that, what'd you think?
Nothing. You posted it. He a catch, she a catch. What's wrong with that?
Right.
Like, the thing about it, she is the most famous one out of the pair.
I was making this point too.
Yeah, and so now they want to make it like, how could you be the catch when she got 9 million followers? First of all, he an attractive guy.
Right.
Why not be a catch? Love is simple. People see each other, meet each other, fall in love.
Yeah.
That's what they did. Let them people be in love. It ain't the why, the what, the how. Yeah, he's a catch. She's a catch. Nothing wrong with that. I would have said the same thing. Hey, Fred Smoot, how did you pull Simone Biles? By texting her. By texting her, and she texted me back.
And that's what he did.
She said I was cute.
Yeah.
All right, so at the end of the day, attractions are there. I'm not mad at him. I think him and Simone Biles make a beautiful couple.
They do.
I think they've been smothered by the Swifties. You know, can't quite live up to that one. But at the end of the day, I think it's all fair in love and war.
Yeah.
And he can feel like he's a catch. What you thought about it?
I mean, I would have said, just out of respect for her, I would have said, nah, she's the catch. You know, that's my girl.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do find ridiculous is the idea that because Simone is more famous or that she's won more gold medals, like that means that person is the catch. Yeah. If it's about athletic accomplishment, let me tell you about the greatest husband ever, O.J. Simpson. He was great. Ron. He was great. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Oscar Pistorius?
Yeah.
He won a ton of Paralympic gold medals. So I'm sure Simone is great. Everyone loves her. She's incredible. But I'm like, if this is your standard for love, you're missing out on what love is about.
Man, I'm finna say, in love news, Mariah Carey has broke up with her boyfriend again.
She did?
Yeah.
You probably got tired of hearing that song.
I'm finna say, but her song peaked. She the number one. She has the number one Spotify song of all time.
She set a record. That song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, #1 for 6 straight years.
I'm about to throw up in my own mouth. I told you, I'm through with Mariah.
Oh, you're done.
I'm through with it. Hey, listen, she's proven to be a bad mate. Everybody ain't wrong. Like I always say, when you're in a relationship, the only person that been in all your relationships is you. You've been in 100% of them. Jenks. So if Jenks is single, it's probably your fault. Right? Mariah Carey has been in hundreds of relationships. All has failed.
Yes.
Nobody walked away from Mariah saying, you know what? We broke up, but they're one of the best relationships I have.
Yeah.
You know she got diva complex. You know she got diva complex. She probably looked at that dude and said, you know what? Go get me 3 bags of M&Ms and pick all the green ones out. You know how she was. Go get me some, I want you to go get me some clean air from Antarctica and put it in this jug. What are you talking about? Look, she looked like she could be the hardest woman in America.
You think so?
Who else looked like they're like more hard to date than her?
Ooh, I don't know.
She looked like the most complicated mate of all. Like nothing would make her happy. Like nothing would make her happy.
I will say that I find it very interesting, this whole like group thing of people telling celebrities like who they should date and why. Like when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift started dating, the Swifters like, we don't like this for you. I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know him.
Tell me
like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is even when your friends say, it's about time.
Yeah.
I'm like, based on what?
And then it's your single friend. I'm like, dude, you still ain't got nobody. Now, I said this before they started dating and got married. Before Kanye and Kim got married, I was like, Kim need to date Kanye because he's the only dude that's a bigger diva than she is. Like, I thought they deserved each other.
Yeah.
So I did pick that one. It didn't work. I'm not shocked because he is more arrogant than she is and more diva.
Yeah.
So it works. But yeah, Mariah Carey, congratulations on your Spotify song. Congratulations on ruining another relationship.
I'll put a positive spin on it. I will say that at the end of the day, I honestly, like, unless I see someone being mistreated, if it works for you, relationships are hard enough.
First of all,
so if it works for you and you guys are happy, I don't care if you're married, if you're not married, if you have kids, you don't have kids. If it works for you, you guys are happy, you know what? Good for you.
I'm just going to find somebody we're going to go together. You know, like in high school.
Oh, yeah. We used to say that. I'm going with her.
Yeah, we go together.
Yeah.
I'm going to find somebody we're going to go together. The rest
old
of
school.
Life. I should throw an old people prom this year.
That's a good idea.
To where we get dressed up, and if we didn't really live it right the first time, you get to ask your wife to go to the prom with you. Grown folks prom, sponsored by some alcohol and probably at the casino. You know.
Can I tell you a prom story real quick?
Yeah, tell me.
I had the worst senior prom experience ever.
Oh, really?
Legendary story in my hometown. It's a small town, right? So my friend Jenny and I are still very close to this day. But
that's so funny. My girlfriend was named Jenny in high school.
Oh, really?
Too. Yeah, she live in Texas now.
Oh, yeah. So we're still tight. But we went to senior prom together.
Yeah.
This is so high school. She saw me dancing with a girl I used to date.
Ooh, it left you?
and got really angry. So at the end of the night, I had all these plans. We're going to have a post-prom party. I dropped off. She was angry. Took the roses I bought her, threw them on the ground, walked into her home.
Your roses.
Oh, so I was so bummed. I was supposed to go to this post-prom party. I'm so lame. I went to my old elementary school, and I just sat in my mom's car. I was driving my mom's Cadillac. Mom let me drive the Caddy. And I sat there for just like 3 hours. I fell asleep, right? And I was like, oh, I got to go home. On my way home, I pull up to a convenience store, Allsup's in West Texas. I got me a burrito and a Diet Coke. I walk out. Where's my mom's car?
Stolen?
I'm like, where is my mom's car? I've had the worst night of my life. This burrito's getting cold. So I have to call the police. Now, this is such a small town. They didn't believe it was stolen. Wes Breeden, local police officer, comes up and he's like, Michael, you sure this car wasn't put in neutral, didn't roll around the corner? I'm like, no, Wes. The car didn't like turn itself and roll around the corner. And he's like, all right, I'll put out an APB and I'll take you home. So I get in the back of I ride home in the back of a police car.
Feeling arrested.
I'm in a tux.
I bet you pulled up to the light and looked at people.
Oh, my God. And then even worse, I pull into the driveway. My mom's car is in the driveway. This is before cell phones. A friend of mine said Michael didn't show up to this post-prom party. I'm going to call his mother and say, where is Michael? She freaks out. She jumps in her friend's car. They go up and down the drag, small town Texas. She sees her car. She doesn't think to check inside the store. She's like, oh, my God. He went out partying. He left my car here. She takes the car home. She doesn't know the story. She doesn't realize I was inside. I get out of the police car. My mom comes out in curlers, no makeup, a gown.
Holding that rope.
This young man is in a lot of trouble. And she has no idea what has happened. And so my mom was yelling at me, and I just walked like dead eyes.
That could have been the
walked right
worst
past her.
Prom night I've ever heard in my life.
And that story spread, and so people were laughing at my mom. They're like, oh, my God, man, I'm sorry. It was terrible.
Your night was one gift after another. Just
it was awful.
The only solitude you had was sitting in that parking lot for them 2 hours.
That's the best part of my night.
I've been saying that's pretty much the worst part of a prom night. You could have, brother. I'm going to pray for you.
Thank you.
If you can make it through a prom night like that, you can make. I have no story prom-wise that can beat
that. You compared yourself to Jesus, so your prayers mean a lot. I'll take them.
I'm just trying to walk in his shoes. My daddy is a preacher.
We're going to pay some bills, talk about the Niners. Guys, you know Honda. Come on. I wish that night I would have been driving a Honda instead.
And then it wouldn't have got stolen.
Things would have been different. Feel the power of this CR-V hybrid and Accord hybrid, Honda's most electrifying vehicles yet. Find adventure in one of Honda's rugged SUVs and trucks like the Pilot Trail Sport, Honda's most rugged SUV ever, or experience the thrilling performance of the fun-to-drive Honda Civic with an available turbocharged engine. Get power, performance, and ruggedness with Honda. Find the Honda perfect for you. Get your local Honda dealer today and get that car that you want from Honda.
They make everything.
They do. And, guys, you know it. Come on. SeatGeek, breaking news for you. The official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. The deal is finalized. They are part of the Commanders family. This family.
Yep. We all family.
We're all family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it. You will be hearing it more and more as the year goes on, whether you're buying or selling tickets to Commanders games or any other live event in the DMV. SeatGeek is the place to do it. The official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders, so Commanders fans can fan.
Bills are paid.
Paid in full.
It happens, man.
Commanders. 49ers.
Okay. Trent Williams went down. He would have they looking at his groin today, MRI. His backup went down. The backup to the backup went down. They lost 4 offensive linemen, so they're going to have to sign 3 off of the couch or somebody's practice squad. That could even the game up for us. No protection, no great plays. That's just the way it go. So I'm looking forward to see what our defense can do with this offense, considering that they're not going to have any of their starting offensive linemen. I think that brings the game back down to our level for us to fight dirty. Now, another thing that can help us, Mother Nature. All right? If it's a rain game, it makes it that much more harder for them to patch the ball, making it a one-dimensional. You run against us, we run against you. All right, so it's factors in this game that I just can't say here the 49ers win this game.
Yeah.
But I'm telling people, realistically, this game might be closer than you think. Then I thought about the revenge factor. Starting with the head coach, Shanahan.
Yeah.
All right, then it goes to Trent Williams. This game has a lot of emotion to it. The 49ers, Washington, I think that it's rekindled an old rivalry right here. So it's going to be harder than people think.
How difficult is it to face a team coming off a loss like the Niners?
It's scary.
Because you know they'll come in
cross
hyper.
T's,
Yes.
got their eyes.
Yes.
It's more incentive for them to go get a win, make them even scarier. Like I said, but that physical game against the Ravens took a toll on them. They lost a lot of good men in that war. So the problem is, can they win the war attrition, getting guys back? Then they're going to have to fly bi-coastal. So it's so many things that work in our favor. I might be calling this the upset of the week. And you got to realize.
You going to call it?
I might call it the upset of the week.
All right.
All the bi-coastal traveling, the lack of offensive lineman protection, getting beat up. I ain't worried about the loss.
Yeah.
Getting beat up by the Ravens and also preparing for a playoff run. All I'm saying, it could be chance in there. And don't forget, Jacoby Brissett starting at quarterback. So it's a veteran.
Yep.
Can we win the turnover battle? I think we can.
Well, let's get into that a little bit more, which is Jacoby Brissett. Now he gets a full game. So we've seen him come in mop-up duty.
Yeah.
But now maybe a better start is in store for the Commanders because they have a veteran from the very beginning. Because Sam has just struggled, as we know, in the first half.
I don't think that's guaranteed. I think the switch up of throwing a backup in, we seen this happen with the 49ers. They threw Sam Darnold in. He got the ball moving until he threw the pick. But that shows you we don't prepare for second-screen quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This week they will prepare for Jacoby Brissett. Hell, we throw Sam Howell in there, they might not know what to do with him.
Right.
Like, that's the thing about it, that switch hitter, when you do that, now we'll see we know what Jacoby is, though. He's a veteran quarterback in this league.
He's a very good backup.
Starting caliber quarterback in this league. Can he get it done against a top-5 defense in the 49ers? Tall task to ask. That's all I'm saying.
I know people think about Kyle Shanahan being here once before, Sean McVay being here once before, but facts are facts.
Yeah.
And Kyle Shanahan with that many tools on offense, he's so dangerous. That's just like,
mad
that's
scientist.
child's play.
Yeah, that's mad scientist. He's a mad scientist. He learned from a mad scientist. His tree is more successful than Belichick's tree, coaching-wise. Shanahan's tree has 5 head coaches in the league right now. Mike McDaniel, LaFleur, Sean McVay. It's guys. They got guys. In the league right now. So I think schematically it's going to be the challenge for our coaching staff. How are they going to attack us? What, why, and how? When you play against a Shanahan's offense, you need to know this. But he the type guy to let his defense win games also. And this will be one of those games where they try to win this game defensively because Fred Warner, the law firm of Warner and Greenlaw, them linebackers, man, they swap paint. Okay, then you got Nick Bosa over there. Then you got Hargrave. They got tons of talent that would make them such a scary team.
About 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
You had a chance. You almost did it.
Yeah.
You almost called an upset. You going to think about it?
I'm going to call it. Right now, I'm going to call it. By 3, field goal, last minute, in the rain, 49ers fall, back-to-back losses. All right, and I'm saying it because none of they starting offensive linemen are playing.
Yep.
None of them. And nobody's looking at that. They just see 49ers versus Commanders. No, I look into the dirty details, and the dirty details tell me this could be a sloppy game that plays into our favor, not theirs.
It's a bold call, but miracles happen, and guess what? You're the Holy One.
Listen, the new year, bring the new year in right. Like, all of us got resolution. You a resolution person?
Yes.
Mine this year is to get me a bike.
Oh, okay.
And actually start to work back out. Now, I know you like, Fred, your body looks great.
Yep.
And you're right. But I don't work out. I just don't do it. I shoot basketball, that's it. I'm buying me a bike, pedaling bike.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And I'm finna start to ride the bike now. I'm not finna join B. Mitch biker gang.
He's a biker gang?
Well, he rides bikes like 20 miles or 40 miles, and they're timed.
Oh, that's right. I remember he used to do that. He's been doing that for a long time.
Santana does the same thing.
Okay.
But I'm going at my own pace. All right? That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to buy me a bike, pedaling bike, 10 speed. I'm going to buy me some of them biking shorts.
Okay.
With the butt pad in them. They're going to be me holding. Then you're going to be blowing me because I'm the one holding up traffic on 28 on the highway riding a bike. That will be me after the New Year's. What about yourself?
What am I going to do? You know what I want to do? It's going to be, I want to meditate more.
You know what? I was thinking about becoming a Shaolin monk myself.
Were you?
Nope. But
no, I didn't think so.
But hey, meditation, I know what you mean.
I'm always, you know what it is? It's more like just spending a little more downtime because I'm always running around, working, being anxious. And how many times do you just put your phone aside, don't have a screen on, you're just like, I'm just going to be with myself for a little bit.
You want to come to mental and soul balance.
A little more balance in my life because you know how it is when you're done with something like, what's on my phone? Or what's on my TV?
Yeah.
Who am I talking to? Let me text them. And then sometimes you just need a break from that, and I get caught up in that. So that's kind of one of my goals.
Yep, and I love Mother Nature, so I'm going to get back to nature. I'm going to get back to my hiking. All right, I'm a big fisherman. I'm going to get back to that. Things I do alone.
I always forget that you're a huge outdoors guy.
Listen, I'm Daniel Boone's third cousin, Fred Boone. All right? If you let me out in the woods with a fork, a knife, and a lighter, I can survive for months.
Fred Crockett.
Listen to me. The untamed wilderness, that's what I'm about. Like, it's a solace to it. Like, I always think, like, I'm an idiot. Anytime it's snowing, like the weather's real bad, the first thing I always come to my mind is, I wonder what the animals are doing. Y'all don't understand how they live. We walk in the house, heater on, it's warm. They live in the environment. They live in the road. Like, I always wonder, like, it's 10 degrees outside. What the birds are doing?
Yeah.
Like, where's the rabbit doing? What? I know the bear sleep. He don't even come out in the wintertime. Like, I'm like, what is the wild dog? What is the fox? Where is he? Like, is he watching cable right now? What's going on? So I am really fascinated about how nature survives itself.
The mind of Fred Smoot, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Get Loud podcast, Jenks and Smoot. Let's get a win this weekend, and let's get you that bike.
Hey, upset